Okay. Okay. Can we start with you, John, please? Are you ready?
Yes, can do. Yes.
Thank you.
Right, I'm going to read my poems tonight. This is Fading to Grey. A sudden flutter breaks the eerie silence of the forest. A raven rises and vanishes, shimmering feathers swiftly shrouded by encroaching haze. Silhouettes of trees soften and blur as distant golden orbs slowly merge in the far expanse of the lake. Night hovers in brief abeyance before twilight succumbs, and fragile remnants of colour fade to grey. Okay, next one, Free Bird. The coastal train steams along its fated trail, dictated by ridgy tracks laid down long ago. Reaching journey's end as the petrel rises from the shore, shadow rippling on sparkling waters, soaring in the infinite, adrift on the breeze. Riding thermals, currents unseen, heading for the hazy island shimmering on the skyline, a free spirit roaming in the void. And then I'll finish with this one
Okay.
called London Fog. Sallow fog lingers in bleak alleyways. Steam burbles from unseen cauldrons, hissing gas lamps casting eerie halos in the dark. The piercing groan of a ship's horn carries on stagnant air as muffled church bells toll the late hour. A hansom cab, halting briefly, trundles on, black hooves hammering fetid cobblestones, ghostly lanterns swaying in the gloom. A furtive figure appears and swiftly vanishes in the swirling haze. Quickening footsteps, then a shriek, thin and sharp, echo from dank walls. Sleepless covert eyes peer down from lofty dwellings. The murky glow of dawn finds the night's flotsam washed up in the mire. And that's the end.
John, they're lovely poems. They're really good. Could I trouble you to read the first one again? I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
First one, yeah.
Yes, please.
Right. Fading to grey. A sudden flutter breaks the eerie silence of the forest. A raven rises and vanishes, shimmering feathers swiftly shrouded by encroaching haze. Silhouettes of trees soften and blur as distant golden orbs slowly merge in the far expanse of the lake. Night hovers in brief abeyance before twilight succumbs, and fragile remnants of colour fade to grey. Okay.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you very much. It's so atmospheric that. Well, they all are, but that first one I particularly liked. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been reading quite a lot of German expressionist poetry from the
Mm,
early part of the last century.
mm.
People like George Heim and what's the other one? Yeah, George Trakl, George Heim, those sort of.
Right. I like the golden orbs in the distance. It's like, when you get a ripple on the lake, you can see little bits of gold from the sun.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyway, thanks, John. John, thanks very much. Um,
Actually, I read that to the Merton group, and they got confused. They thought the golden orbs were light bulbs.
oh God. Oh well, we're in the middle of in the middle of the countryside.
Well, one of them did, yeah.
All right. Steve, can we have you next, please?
Yeah, fine. So in the first half, I've got 3 poems,
Hmm.
kind of satirical, and then the second half, I've got an Ovid adaptation.
Excellent. Thank you.
First poem called Storyteller. Any resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. Watch your little secrets metamorphosize behind your backs into salacious tittle-tattle. Thanks to me, you see I'm confidentially incontinent. My business is your business, and your business is my business, and if things are good, I'll make them bad. If things are bad, I'll make them worse. Some say that I'm a meddling middleman, but don't they know that I am a modern day interpreter? My business is your business, and your business is my business, and if things are good, I'll make them bad. If things are bad, I'll make them worse. My verbal diarrhea is to die for or to live for if, like me, you love a bit of chat. My business is your business, and your business is my business, and if things are good, I'll make them bad. If things are bad, I'll make them worse. Incompetent as confidant, incompetent as confidant, incompetent as confidant, your secrets are not safe with me. In the cold light of day. When I'm drunk, I'm a bore. When I'm sober, a fool. If you'd like to know which is the worst of the two, well, they're both just as bad as each other, you know. When I'm drunk, I'm a fool. When I'm sober, a bore. If you'd like to know which is the worst of the two, well, they're both just as bad as each other, you know. When I'm drunk, I'm a bore. When I'm sober, a bore. If you'd like to know which is the worst of the two, well, they're both just as bad as each other, you know. When I'm drunk, I'm a fool. When I'm sober, a fool. If you'd like to know which is the worst of the two, well, they're both just as bad as each other, you know. And finally, a waste of time. So what's the point of all this Ovid? Sure, not him and never will be. Not a patch on his translators. What's the point of all this meter? Treat your readers with respect and stop this reverential verse. They only read you just to please you. Why not be, it can't be hard, a poet of the moment, not of ancient Roman ancestry, a bastard strain it seems to be, irrelevant to you and me, a waste of time and energy. So write a verse that's personal, about yourself, your mum and dad, or something sad and sensitive, instead of this derivative imperial incontinence. You say you're crap without a prop, but better that than all this sycophantic nonsense.
Not mentioning your word there, Steve, are you?
Now, self-criticism is a good thing.
Thank you very much. Lovely.
Yeah. But I'm not sure about lovely.
Well, I think we need a bit of criticism. We need a bit of challenging, really, because I think we get very comfortable sometimes. But it's kind of prickly, I think. That sort of, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm pretty tired because I've been worried. I've been sleeping with my daughter being ill and stuff. So, but anyway. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that.
Worries.
Okay, we're going to go over to Mohammed now, please.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Right. Festive mood, I suppose. Christmas coming up. Everywhere I go, I'm reminded of the end of the year coming up and the new year coming up. And there are lights and bands playing. And little parties taking place, like the one in our office, and then before that we went for a lunch, all of us from the office. So that was quite interesting.
Mhm.
I've gotten a couple that are, Christmassy, I suppose. The first one is in your retreat. When you decide to retreat into your very own grotto, and the sun becomes a state of mind, when you wear socks and a cap, staring through the clear paned windows, seeing the stars at night formatting, you can draw a line about the celebrations when you lapse back into blues. After a tangle of tinsel and festive chimes, when being like one immaculate shone, you'll be a natural animal again at the end of your journey, reaching base. When you sign that things can lapse with you in quantum entanglements, and the flying sleigh is in your sight, behind closed eyelids in the dark, the world responds fighting levity. You can be the feral afterthought of a rain-drenched Foundigan earth. You can see in the dark patterns lantern-lit pathways through the fog. Under the blanket, beneath the haze, stars will wander from east to east. Every set of dreams begets space. The wanderings of the likes of you make deltas of life in all the tension. So that's one I have written, and today I wrote another one, which is Dragonflies Reminiscing. Sorry, Dragonflies Reminisce. Or it could be Dragonflies Reminiscing, I suppose. I don't see dragonflies no more. Dust falls from the skies to create a trickle of trickery. The volume of flames of flimsy drown my festive December. I cling to daydreams amber. They're blue and green loaned from absolute rainbow arcs. Their thin glue cling and low flight flyby are somewhere else. Oh, starlings are fine on balconies, but dragonflies are fairies sunny. They are the elves, like husky dogs and alpacas. With ever-living Santa, every time they prefer a flower, my wishes start to become verity. My heart sits on a leaf that moves, affirming what my present mind proves. But I don't see them anymore now. Every Christmassy tree hides them. My paranoid stays evergreen in groves. Dusted eyes leave room for vision. Santa and Rudolph start on their loop, but I miss my dragonflies troop.
Oh,
Okay. Yes.
thanks very much, Mohammed. That's great. Are you going to be embarrassed when we tell everyone about your academic success? Would you want to
Oh,
announce
not
it?
at all, not at all. You
Well,
can mention it. Yes, yes,
Mohammed now has a master's degree,
indeed.
an MA, I think, isn't it, Mohammed?
MA in education. Yes, education.
Excellent. Well done. So pleased.
Thank you so much.
That's a
Thank
terrific
you.
achievement. So,
Thank you.
thanks. Yes.
You're
Great.
welcome, George. Yeah.
The middle poem I found interesting. It was I found in there a lot of existential references to Christmassy things.
Right.
Can you read
The first one, which was
the middle one, actually, funnily enough?
the next one, yeah, Dragonflies Reminisce. Yeah.
No, the one before that.
Oh, the one
The
before
about
that,
the
in your
stars.
retreat. In your
Yeah,
retreat. Yeah.
infinity and stars and things.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
I was kind of thinking of the stars at Christmas and all things like
Yes.
that. But it was clever. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Right. So, Nick, what have you got for us, please?
Right. I thought I'd start with some Fleur Adcock. So I heard Fleur read, it was a little while ago now. Before she died, clearly. I think she died earlier this year. But when she read, she mentioned this poem. She didn't actually read it. I think she was maybe a little bit too worried that she might get cancelled. But since I have no such fears, I will read you Having Sex with the Dead. How can it be reprehensible? The looks on their dead faces as they plunge into you, your hands circling a column of one-time flesh and pulsing blood that now has long been ash and dispersed chemicals. the half-glimpsed mirror over their shoulder. This one on the floor of his sitting room, unexpectedly, one far afternoon. That one whose house you broke into, climbing through the bathroom window after a row. The one who called you a mermaid. The one who was gay, really, but you both forgot. They have all forgotten now. Forgotten you and their wives and the other mermaids who slithered in their beds and took their breath. Disentangle your fingers from their hair, let them float away like Hylas after the nymphs dragged him gurgling into the pool. There you go.
Mm.
Not bad for a 79-year-old.
Excellent. Yeah.
I think
Some
she
say
was about that.
some say necrophilia is dead boring, but I won't go into that one.
Yeah, there are necrophilic overtones to that one, aren't there?
Yes. Mm. Anyway, you got any
Um,
more for us, Nick, please?
Yeah, this is a recent one of mine. A true story. It's called The Visit. 4 shots to start proceedings. Then the 3 of us begin, clustered round the open grave, suction, drill, and concentration, tombstone renovations. I'm off constructing my happy place. The 2 of them get down to work, clustered round the open grave, suction, drill, and concentration, tombstone renovations. There's much to do, delicate work, and also just breathing for an hour, clustered round the open grave, suction, drill, and concentration, tombstone renovations. 4 more shots, then back to work, 6 before the bleeding stops, clustered round the open grave, suction, drill, and concentration, tombstone renovations. Adrenaline seething cold and shaken, jittery and ready to get up and run, clustered round the open grave, suction, drill, and concentration, tombstone renovations. Flight and fight, invalid options, nothing to do but lie in state, clustered round the open grave, suction, drill, and concentration, tombstones renovated. So, yeah.
Is that a pantoum? It's
No,
no.
it's a poem with a lot of repetition in it.
Yeah.
But it's not a particular
No,
form.
not format. No,
It just kind of worked for
it's clever.
sitting in a dentist chair for an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh yeah. The teeth
Got a
were the
chorus. That's where it's got.
the teeth were the tombstones, were they?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, it all makes sense now. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, you just need that little one fact and then you fall in.
You're just preparing me for the 5th of January when I get my broken tooth sorted out, aren't you?
I've got to go back on the 30th of January to get
Oh yeah.
my 3 root canals finished.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you got any more for us?
The dentist made me fill out a form before he started.
Really?
Or sign a form that said that basically it was a 50% chance of success.
Oh gosh.
I asked him after an hour and 40 minutes whether it had gone up, and he went, well, maybe 55.
Doesn't fill you with confidence, does it?
Yeah, no, not really.
Have you got any more for us, or are you going to wait till part 2? Or
Yeah, I'll read this little one on a
okay,
more Christmassy note. Apologies to John, who's heard it already today.
right.
This is Redbreast. Spade End, Chipper Chapper, the gardener's sprightly friend, black eyes feigning trustfulness. But then he's darting in to pull a dance partner from the soil, to whisk her off her foot-free feet, back to his arbour love nest, to meet his open-throated family. Always insistent to welcome a soil girl to their modest home. As soon as he's introduced her, the kids are fighting to be best friends. She's part of the family for keeps, while he's off back to the gardener to replicate the abduction feat. No wonder he sings a song to cover his questionable tracks, putting any suspicions to rest. Just a friendsome gentleman in a feathered scarlet vest.
You know your birds so well, don't you? You know, everyone thinks that Robin is a sweet little thing, but it's quite a villain, really.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
abducting worms like that, disgraceful.
yes. Pete, Nick, uh, oh, sorry, no, it's Peter. Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to read three poems by Elizabeth Jennings. Alone Over Christmas. A serious night of calm it is, the moon more than half. How warm it is for winter. Christmas will be on us very soon. It is the time of advent calendars, and I sit down alone, happy and full of friendship, but I think of a young man who at the weekend stood calling everyone's walking past. Some brink of lonely terror was near him. It's no good pretending every link between each human being and another at Christmas suddenly grows firm and solid. This lonely man is everybody's brother, and we do walk past in selfish mood, not bothering to bother. And childhood Christmas parties. Those parties after Christmas always threw a shadow back upon the joyous gifts, events, so much to do, and all things glittering. But there was no sun to light the parties we had to attend. Children are stoical. Don't say I do not want to go. They go and bend to order. How I hated all those games. I never found a chair when the music ended. All bad dreams I'd known came true, and yet I would stand there trying to smile, begging God to make 6 o'clock less slow to come. But when it struck, a smile would break out. Most thought I did not want to go. And finally, praises. I praise those things I always take for granted. The tap my sister turns on for my bath every time I stay. The safety pin, and who invented it. I do not know. The comb, the piece of soap, a shoe, its shine, the name tape and the string, a leather purse. How they all flock as I recall them now. And now I also praise with all its holds of nudges, handshakes, playing trains with children. There is no end until I'm tired and think of craftsmen everywhere. Oh, I forgot. Cushions, napkins, stoves and cubes of ice. All the world is praise, or else is war. Tonight the moon is almost half in shape. Tomorrow will be hot, say weathermen. I praise the yawning kind of sleep that's coming, and where the spirit goes, the sheet, the pillow.
Lovely, Peter.
Elizabeth Jennings.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Nick sent me this lovely Christmas card, but it's really a book of poetry. So I'm going to be a bit. We're 2 days away from the winter solstice, so I'm going to read a poem called "Miracle of the Solstice," but it's the summer solstice that this poem's about. So it's by someone called Wendy Pratt. Unfortunate name, but there you go. Miracle of the Solstice. And of the paddle boarders floating on the rippled sea, and of the snail in the wet dew, and of surprise in the sun's heat, miracle of the warmed carpet in a shaft of sunlight, and of the house with the sleeping husband, and of the burble of coffee and the hum of the fridge, miracle of the fat pigeons in the road, and of the sun rising golden and ancient, and of the harsh of the sea, and of the hush of the sea, and the seagulls in the surf, and of the man who stopped walking to watch the rind of gold rise over Philly Brig, and of the little salmon boat, and the tanker far out, and of the sun's beam illuminating the campsite on the hillside, and as if the campsite was a Neolithic tomb, and the sleeping holidaymakers' precious offerings. Yeah, quite like that. Now, this is my my attempt at a sestina. Knowing me, knowing you. You might recognise the lyric. Probably might make Mohammed, might make Mohammed burst into song. Knowing me, knowing you. Anyway, it's got nothing to do with ABBA actually. It's more to do with me in bits. I warm to the one who admits to loving me, though parts of myself are neither lovable nor good. When my self-opinionated self rushes to judge others, who denigrates good fortune yet acquires it, I'm the one who met love and then walked away, believing in one more chance on one more day. Perhaps we are as different as night and day. You who see promise in one such as me, something of worth you will not throw away through unredeemed pledges that are no good, who neither chases a ray of sun trying to catch it, nor thinks of all fulfillment laying in others. For like me, you've met others, those whose interest might stay for one day. Yet who am I to condemn it when that all but encompasses me as the one who failed to see any good and just turned his heels away? Yet under your sway, cynicism fades away, and such moods can be left for others. From you, I learn what is truly good as we face who we are each day and keep the boundaries of you and me. We are having our cake and eating it. I have no crystal ball to foresee it when the tide comes to wash grief away. In the clear blue sky, you brought joy to me, lifting all I'd carried for others. You proved to be the balm of a summer day when the trees were green and the living good. Who is to say what will last for good? Let's relish each day while we have it and count each second of that day and not wish its rich meaning away. There's a sadness I feel for others who don't have what you mean to me. I carry your goodness when you are away. It stays in my heart, and I have no need of others to lighten my day. Now you are part of me. So I'm Christina. And what's this? No, I've done that so often. I'm not doing that one again. Hashtag twinkle. Now, this might take your mind back to Christmas 2020. Twinkle, twinkle, Christmas lights remind me of December nights, going worriedly to bed, dwelling on the COVID spread, concerned for all the frontline staff who stand across the infection's path, and those who live in high-rise houses, the confined children, battered spouses. When all the low-paid jobs have gone, who will sing a Christmas song? Peace on earth, goodwill to all, when the rent man comes to call. Along the road, the frail and old are staying put like they've been told. They've seen their home care fade away. Perhaps a nurse will call today. A man in a chair has a leg that needs dressing. His confused wife spends all day stressing. Twinkle, twinkle, bring your bright light to help to put this country right. Anyway, that's part one done. Cup of tea time. We're racing through this, you know. That's why I was going to suggest if you would go first, John, that would be very good.
Okay, so this is another of my recent poems. Lonely Crossing. Weathered by life's squalls and storms, hidden riptides and jagged breakers, now at last becalmed in the harbour, the Odyssey taken to journey's end. Ready to embark on the final voyage, the distant hazy shoreline beckons, but heaving dark waves and grey clouds menace. The air is sharp and bitter, so I'll wait a while for fair winds to ease my lonely crossing. And the next one is based on James Hilton's novel Lost Horizon. Has anybody read that? It's about a mythical. It's made into a film as well. Mythical mountain in Tibet. In fact, the term Shangri-La comes from that novel. Right, so Lost Horizon. Mount Caracol stands majestic, a remote bastion rendered sinister by the dying sun. Silvered peak brushing clouds, velvet shadows pooling in the valley. The faded skyline and eerie haze. Shambhala veiled in darkness. Paradise forever floating out of reach. And then finally, I got a Christmas card from Nick today, and there's a poem on it by Anne Stewart. So I'm going to read this out. This Christmas, the spirit is rum. I'd like to say something new about Christmas, but it's all been said before. I wanted to be confident and decisive about it, but now I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if I want to put out the Christmas tree, the dinner, hang the lights, drop the tinsel, stuff the turkey, and carol singers. There are packs of ferocious carol singers out on the hunt. I don't want anything this Christmas. I don't want. I hope you've had a good a year as mine, and next is one to match it. Ah, Christmas. Time to bring the family around and bury the hatchet. So that's it.
Right, thanks, John. I suppose it depends on who you bury the hatchet into, doesn't it?
Haven't
Strange
thought of it.
expression.
I haven't thought of it that way, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, she read that every year at Christmas, for about 3 years until her father went, "What do you mean, bury the hatchet?"
Yes. Yeah, it does. It's obviously it refers back to some sort of discord, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
Oh well. I think smoke the pipe of peace might sound better, wouldn't it? Rather than bury the hatchet, maybe.
Well, it depends on your family. I think you should say what you mean.
Yes. Thanks a lot, John. So, good luck. You know, they're going to take off during the second half, but good luck with how it goes next month on the 13th onwards.
Yeah.
I'll keep in touch by email anyway.
If you would, that'd be great. Yeah, thank you. All right. Okay.
I hope your daughter does well as well.
Yeah, yeah, I'm worried, but hopefully they'll sort her out. She's got very strong spirit, as I say. Her version of it is they're trying to convert me into a robot, Dad, with all the bits of metal she's got in her. So
yeah, it's no joke, really, is it?
it isn't a joke. No. Okay, Steve, you got ready? You ready with something?
Ready?
Ovid?
Yeah, so this is the story. You probably know it already. If I can just find it. The story of Daphne and Apollo. It's one of the first stories in the Metamorphoses. The god Daphne loves Apollo. No, Apollo loves Daphne. Daphne doesn't love Apollo. He chases her. She runs away. He nearly catches her. She asks her dad, who's a water nymph, to do something about it. So he turns her into a tree. So there you go. So this is a long poem of mine. I'm just going to read you a section, but this section is about 10 minutes long. So you can see how long the whole version is.
That's fine, Steve. Yeah.
25. So maybe slightly less than 10, but if that's okay, I'll just plod on.
Yep.
Don't bore you shitless. The chase. The first and fairest of Apollo's loves was she, who not blind fortune, but the dire decree of angry Cupid forced him to desire. Daphne was her name, and Peneus, a river god, her loving sire. And we were used because we could be. Used because we could be used. And full of pride, which new success attends, Apollo sees the stripling Cupid bend his bow and then insults him. So, pathetic boy, are arms like these for children to employ? Resistless are my shafts. A python late in such a feathered death has found its fate. The son of Venus answers him, Apollo, mine the greatest fame shall be of all thy conquests when I conquer thee. And soaring up 2 arrows draws, one to repel desire and one to cause. One shaft is tipped with gold to bribe the love and make the lover bold. The other tipped with lead, whose base allay provokes disdain and drives desire away. The leaden bolt to Daphne is addressed. The golden arrow hits Apollo's breast. The thus enamored deity pursues the chase. The scornful damsel shuns his loathed embrace. And we were used because we could be, used because we could be used. In hunting beasts of prey is Daphne time employed. By many suitors sought, she mocks their pains, and still her vowed virginity maintains. Her father chides her often, saying she is more a husband to herself, a son to me. But casting round his neck her slender arms, she soothes him with her loving charms. Let me, dear father, live and die a happy maid, without the marriage tie. It's but a small request. I beg no more than what Diana's father gave before. All men but you are boors at best. They try to get their way, and if they can't, resort to bloody war. Disputed claims are seldom solved by logical debate. A sword more often used to prove the value of an argument. The forest full of life become a garden for their whims, society a playground for predictable ambitions. And the gods are worse. Dear Father, save me from this bloody circus. Let me live and let me be in woodlands chasing food forever and for free. The father softened to consent, protested that her wish would prove her punishment. For so much youth to so much beauty joined, opposed the state for which desires designed. And we were used because we could be. Used because we could be used. Apollo, now aspiring to her bed, pursues the object of his love and is, by his own oracles, misled. Her neck he sees, her neck is bare, and on her shoulders falls dishevelled hair. Oh, were it combed, said he, with what a grace would every waving curl become her face. And we were used because we could be, used because we could be used. Swift as the wind does Daphne fly, nor for alluring or deceiving speeches stay. Stay, nymph, Apollo cries, I follow, not a foe, and see I'm not a lion seeking out a trembling doe, and see I'm not a wolf that yearns to savage frightened lambs, and see that from above I'm not a swooping falcon after fearful doves. And stop and stay with me, and do not shun a god in love. Or so he says, to gain his lustful way. Abate thy speed, and I will bate of mine, and you will love me in the fullness of my rhythms in your time. And think from whom you do so rashly fly. Not basely born, nor shepherd's swain am I. Perhaps thou dost not know my godly state, and from this ignorance proceeds thy hate. The king of gods begot me, what shall be, or is, or ever was in fate, is down to me. You know I did invent the charming lyre, melodies, persuasive songs inspire. Sure my bow, unerring is my dart, although more deadly Cupid pierced my breaking heart, and seems to cast a spell on you to keep us far apart. All medicine was mine, the herbs that grew in fields and forests, all their cures I thought I knew. Alas, these fields and forests can afford no remedies to heal a lovesick lord. To cure the pains of love, no plant avails. In his own physic, the physician fails. We were used because we could be, used because we could be used. But Daphne hears not half this speech, so furiously fast she flies, and in her wake Apollo's verbal onslaught dies. Fear gives her wings, and as she flies, the wind increasing spreads her flowing hair behind. The god is young and is too hotly bent to lose his time in empty compliment. And not aware of current arguments about consent, we know that at this point he should have stopped, reflected on discrepancies in passion, and admitted he'd been duped by Cupid. But that never happened. In her swiftness, Daphne's safety lay, but he, with double speed, pursued the prey. She, urged by fear, does swiftly move, but he moves faster, urged by love. He gathers ground upon her in the chase, and breathes upon her hair and on her face, and nearly fastens on the wished embrace. The nymph is spent and now despairing, casts a mournful look upon the streams of her paternal brook. Oh, help, she cries, in this extremest need. If water gods are deities indeed, dig earth and this unhappy wretch entomb, or change my form from where my sorrows come. Scarce had she finished pleading when her pounding feet became benumbed with cold and fastened on the ground. A filmy rind about her athlete's form advances, hair to leaves and slender arms extend to branches. Daphne then transforms into a laurel tree, and we were used because we could be, used because we could be used. Apollo loves her still, much better than a runner and an unenthusiastic lover, as a tree, and Daphne still in part, not wholly vegetative, with heaving heart, she panted half in terror, half in wonder, as her transformation started. Great Apollo tried to kiss her trembling rind. It swerved aside, and his embrace conclusively declined. He then declaimed, because thou wilt not be my mistress, I'll adopt thee for my tree. Be thou the prize of honour and renown, the deathless poet and the poem crown. You shall the literary festivals adorn, and after poets be by victors worn. You shall the despot's deadly triumph grace, and in your pomp will in a long procession pass, wreathed on the posts before the palace gate, and be the sacred guardian of late, secure from thunder and unharmed by Jove, unfading as immortal gods above, and as Apollo's locks remain unshorn, so shall with evergreen now boughs adorn. The laurel tree seemed pleased, or so Apollo thought, with what he said, and shook the shady honours of her head. And we were used because we could be, used because we could be used.
That was very powerful, Steve. Thank you.
There's more?
Is there? Oh, go on then.
No.
Right.
Enough already.
Yeah.
We've got Jim's joined us. Hey.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Oh,
Jim.
right, yeah. Yeah, no, I've just been mucking around trying to, I don't know. Yeah, they've been sort of lost soul for the last couple of weeks or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'll switch myself off and trying to find out what the poems were that I was going to read out. I forgot what they were.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know if you managed to catch Steve's lovely oration he's just made about Daphne and Apollo.
No, I did actually. As I was filming and whatever and trying to find what I wanted, I was aware that he's actually writing something that was quite good. Actually, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was well accomplished. Yeah.
I thought it was very good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll mute it and just look for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right then. But Steve, bring it up to modern times. David Williams is in trouble for pestering young women now. So
Right.
he can't claim there was an arrow shot into him to increase his desire. But you know, all our idols seem to go one by one. Rolf Harris, and you know, they're all
Never was my idol.
no. But I mean, they were figures that were accepted by society, and all of a sudden you think, well, what's happening? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gods.
I mean, like Jimmy Savile was always creepy, so that wasn't
Oh, yeah.
really a big shot. But yeah, you don't expect Rob Harris and yeah.
David Williams, who writes children's books all the time.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, Little Britain was suspect at times.
Well, yeah, but that's humour, though, wasn't it? I mean, that's yeah.
He went off MasterChef as well.
Oh yeah, MasterChef. That's the other lot. Yeah, both of them on MasterChef.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Trouble in kitchen.
Sorry,
There's trouble in kitchen.
I happen. Trouble up mill. Oh well. Well, we give Jim a little time to sort out his reading. So, Mohammed, can we have you, please?
Yes, I'm ever ready.
Thank you. The battery. Do a battery.
Yes, I've charged my battery and I'm ready and raring to go.
Right.
So this is Snowflake, and it's by Kate Bush, who sang a very compelling song, which was Running Up the Hill, which was in 85. I'm running up the hill, running up the mountain. So that was a big hit for her, and I think bigger was Wuthering Heights. Anyway, I got this from the Poetry Library, and it's Kate Bush, How to Be Invisible. And it's got all her songs, a lot of her songs here, and they're pretty good poetry, basically. So,
right.
So the one I'm going to read is Snowflake. I was born in a cloud. Now I am falling. I want you to catch me. Look up and you'll see me. You know you can hear me. The world is so loud. Keep falling. I'll find you. We're over a forest. There's millions of snowflakes. We're dancing. The world is so loud. Keep falling and I'll find you. I am ice and dust. I am sky. I can see horses wading through snowdrifts. My broken hearts. My fabulous dancers. My fleeting song, fleeting. The world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. My broken hearts, my fabulous dance, my fleeting song, my twist and shout. I am ice and dust and light, I am sky and here. I can hear people, I think you are near me now. The world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. We're over a forest, it's midnight at Christmas. The world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. I think I can see you, there's your long white neck. The world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. Now I am falling, look up and you'll see me. The world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. In a moment or two, I'll be with you. The world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. Be ready to catch me. The world is so loud, keep falling, I'll find you. Thank you. And Matthew McConaughey, whom I admire as an actor. He was in Contact. That was a sci-fi movie, and I watched his Interstellar, which was really good. And he's gotten out a book. It's Green Lights, I believe, and then he's followed up with this one, Poems and Prayers. So they're short and sharp, and so I'll read two of his short ones. They're both 4-line poems. Yeah. So I think the first one is prayer, the second one is poem. The victor sees the light last. The final believer wins the crown. Don't pull the parachute too early. Fly until you touch down. And then carve and burn the fat from the meat, the wheat from the careless chaff. In the name of transformation, die a little instead of completely. Okay, so I think it's got a bit of a moralizing tone, but he's trying to be spread a bit of wisdom. I think it makes so far it's made sense. I think I'm 1/3 through the book. Okay, and we finish off with a poem a day book. I've got 19th of December today's date. Light the festive candles for Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
Light the first of 8 tonight, the farthest candle to the right. Light the first and second too, when tomorrow's day is through. Then light 3, and then light 4, every dusk 1 candle more, till all 8 burn bright and high, honoring a day gone by. When the temple was restored, rescued from the Syrian lord, And an 8-day feast proclaimed, the Festival of Lights, well named, to celebrate the joyous day when we regain the right to pray to our one God in our own way, by Aileen Fisher. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed.
That's my
Um,
3 authors, yeah.
sadly,
Tried to find the candle. All I found was candy. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sadly,
that's your
I-
preference, Nick. Yeah, candy, 8 candies.
It's my emoji set. It's not very good.
That's
Not complete enough.
That's your sacred offering to yourself. 8 candies and then maybe another 8 pretty soon sometime.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Kate
Okay,
Bush
now
one
if you want.
surprised me. I thought it was very. Kate Bush is, the words were very good.
Yes.
Quite a good poet, isn't she?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I was very surprised to see, maybe it reflects some of my writing, the way I'm thinking, the way I think. Or maybe I know her couple of songs so well that maybe I'm just seeing a resonance of those. But definitely she rings a bell, doesn't she? I mean, she
does, yeah.
It's very simple, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a long way from "It's me, I'm Kathy, I've come home now."
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's something pithy about it. It makes you think. And it's all personification, isn't it? The snowfall is telling its story or telling something to us, and it all seems so. It does seem believable, credible, and there's something there that we can all take away.
Yeah, certainly not flaky.
No, not flaky. That's for sure.
Jim, are you ready for us, or should we do Nick first? It's up to you.
Yeah, no, I'm more or less happy now.
Okay.
What I've done is trying to split my poems into poems that you can read on the page and kind of song poems. And there is actually a difference, because if you write poems, you can write lyrical poems. They are like song poems, like the sort of Bob Dylan used to write, but they are also poems because you read just straight down. With a song poem, on the other hand, what you have is a chorus and repetitions and things like that. And on the page, it absolutely dies. When you're reading through it, you said that, it really dies. So first of all, I'm going to read a poem which is, I'd say was a book poem, a lyric poem. And the next one, I'm actually going to sing something which is rearranged. It's slightly different. It just doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Watching some old movie. I wish I was as happy now as I once used to be. You and me in a darkened room, watching some old movie. You clapped to see some cowboys ride across a swollen river. The world was always black and white when we were still together. I thought our love would never die, for love should last forever. But you went on your separate way and crossed that swollen river. And as the years went rolling by, I thought you'd phone or write, and I often dreamt I saw your face in the small hours of the night. When you lay on that hospice bed, you couldn't even raise your head. We talked about the times we'd had, the good, the average, and the bad. This life is like a passing dream, but memories last forever. So we still see those cowboys ride across that swollen river. Yes, I wish I was happy now, as I once used to be. You and me in a darkened room, watching some old movie. It's basically my ex-landlady. She was quite a character, and I was very, very fond of her, actually. Even though she's a bit naughty and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's a page poem on page. This next one is more of a sing type poem, and this kind of repetitions and things like that, which make it. This still actually is acceptable as possibly as a page poem, but it's more in keeping with the ideas of a song. So I'm going to try and sing it. I'm not a very good singer. I shall intone it. It's called The Final Show. You walk into a room and you hear so many different things. Or something's going on, but you don't know what the hell it is. No, you don't know what the hell it is. Ah, many towers are burning. You hear the people cry and howl. Money men are shouting, profits make the world go round. Yeah, profits make the world go round. Oh, we know this world of ours is rocking, rocking like a cradle, rocking like a windswept boat. Whatever happens, gonna happen, for this could be the final show. Yes, this could be the final, this could be the final, this could be the final show. Oh, this could be the final show. Now you see a ship come sailing, sailing through the icy seas. Then the woman climbs a railing shouting, I wonder if he thinks of me. Oh, I wonder if he thinks of me. Oh, we know this world of ours is spinning. We know there'll never be control. There's so many people keep it dancing as they sing into the handheld phones, singing to the handheld, singing to the handheld, singing to the handheld phones. Oh, we know this world of ours is rocking, rocking like a cradle, rocking like a windswept boat. Whatever happens, gonna happen, for this could be the final show. Yes, this could be the final, this could be the final, this could be the final show. Oh, this could be the final show. Yeah, that's a song. Imagine somebody singing it properly. Oh, I know this boat of ours is rocking, rocking. I'll sing again, actually. You walk into a room and you hear so many different things. Oh, something's going on, but you don't know what the hell it is. No, you don't know what the hell it is. Ah, many towers are burning. You hear the people cry and howl. Money men are shouting, profits make the world go round. Yeah, profits make the world go round. Oh, we know this world of ours is rocking, rocking like a cradle, rocking like a windswept boat. Whatever happens, gonna happen. For this will be the final show. Yes, this could be the final. This could be the final. This could be the final show. Oh, this could be the final show. Now you see a ship come sailing, sailing through the icy seas. Then a woman climbs a railing shouting, I wonder if he thinks of me. Oh, I wonder if he thinks of me. Oh, I wonder if he thinks of me. Oh, we know this world of ours is spinning. We know there's absolutely no control. So many people keep it dancing as they sing into the handheld phones, singing to the handheld, singing to the handheld, singing to the handheld phones. Oh, I know this world of ours is rocking, rocking like a cradle, rocking like a windswept boat. Whatever happens, gonna happen, for this could be the final show. Yes, this could be the final, this could be the final, this could be the final show. Oh, this could be the final show. That's it. Yeah, I'm sorry about the singing.
Thanks, Jim. Lovely.
I went out to see a friend, actually, and I actually sang it a bit, a little bit, forced myself to sing it. Yeah.
Well, they've got it's got a nice rhythm to it, so it's.
Yeah, that is a kind of genuine like a song poem that you kind of whatever. But the other one was a page poem that you can read around.
Yeah.
So if I was bringing a book out, I'd bring out one of page poems, and this one I would sort of say it's actually really basically song poems, and song poems are different. And you have to accept it and whatever. Anyway, that's it.
Just do a book of Psalms.
No, songs, yeah.
Psalms. Yeah, PSL.
Yeah.
I think I disagree with you there, Jim. I mean, your second poem, when you read it out rather than sung it out, I was listening to it. Oh, this is great, and I'd like to read it on the page as well. I mean, I don't see the difference. I mean, that was the most interesting one for me. That the second poem being spoken. I just thought that the repetitions worked. And I don't see any reason why they shouldn't work on the page as well. And you read it well, and it just sounded different. There was elements of the song and choruses and thing, but you get the way you kind of spoke it. I thought, wow, this is worth listening to.
Yeah, it would. If I could sing properly, I think there would be quite a biggish difference, I hope.
But I'd still prefer it spoken. I think it works.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say it succeeds on the page. This is one of these in between ones. Actually, this one I think does actually work on the page, but it's actually more of a song poem. Well, the others are songs, but they don't. The others are songs, but they're really, I don't know, just page poems and song poems. Some songs are just not, whatever.
Yeah, because Nick's earlier poem about the dentist, that had a chorus, so it was a bit like a lyric,
Yeah.
but some people would agree with chorus, Nick didn't. But, you suddenly thought, wow, this is an interesting structure where repetition, then difference, and that kind
Yeah,
of...
I mean, the other thing is what I can't do is like there are musical interludes every so often, you see, and that sets up the whatever, and so the whole thing is different with musical interludes, which obviously
Find an alternative for a musical interlude with words. It's exciting and interesting to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the idea of actually writing song lyrics and
it's a kind of continuum between stuff that is designed to be looked at and stuff that's designed to be heard and stuff that's designed to be heard with music. And very often for reading out in a public performance, the things that are closer to music are going to work better because they go in easier.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got that repetition, and you've got the form and maybe rhyme and meter that helps with that first initial reading. So I think I don't think there's a real strong separation between the forms.
There is it's like say Bob Dylan, his early work. It's folk is basically just like you read it down. There's no chorus and stuff like that that deflect you. You just read it down. And he was writing poems which had no real chorus, so you're just reading it down. Now, when there's a chorus involved, you can have just sort of like almost nothing happening, but you get the nice little chorus coming along, and then the music, blah, 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 and then a nice little chorus comes along, and then some bit of this and that. And it's actually, it's a totally different kind of genre. It's not folk. And I'm not really essentially a folk singer, but I'd like to actually try and get enough musical talent to sort of do it musically. A musical
very often when you got a really good song lyric, like one of Kate Bush's, all you need to do is just remove a couple of the repetitions and take one chorus out, and it becomes a poem.
But
it's very close in any case.
Yeah, what you have something like Born in the USA, that song. There isn't very much in it actually. It repeats. And I think it's a wonderful song to listen to. I just love going through. But on the page, it would absolutely die because you're just reading it.
Whereas the earlier Bruce Springsteen, when he was a lot more wordy and doing things like Jungle Land or
Thunder Road,
Rosalita, or even Born to Run, that works a lot better as a poem.
Yeah, I mean,
you refined it down to much more kind of chorus, little verse, more chorus, which works okay as a song and is a lot more catchy from the point of view of selling more singles, but is less lyrically interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote one poem about Canterbury, or when I first came to Canterbury, the streets of blah, blah, blah. And that could be actually read with a kind of, you read the poem through and then you do a little thing at the end, at the end of each poem, and you blow out something, and then you just go on verse. So it's folk with a little bit of stuff, stuff at the end of it, but it's not, as I say, that's really disguised folk, and it works on the page ish, not quite as well as without it. But it's just interesting. Music, lyrical poetry, and song poetry. They diverge where they're similar, and where they diverge. It just fascinates the hell out of me.
Springsteen used to write brilliant lyrics, like the poets down here don't write nothing at all. They just stand back and let it all be. She's just brilliant, But there are different genres, but they do overlap.
I mean, even in early Bob Dylan, like Hard Rain, and there's that great chorus, and then you get these epic long verses, and the chorus is going to come, but it just keeps being delayed by another great line and another great line. So when it comes, it's just fucking fantastic. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then there's another long verse as well, just phenomenal song. But even
Yeah.
in his early work, he uses the chorus really well.
Well, Dylan always had a well. Dylan often, not necessarily always. There's "Lay Lady Lay," which doesn't say much at all. But a lot of his songs say a lot.
Yeah.
He had a lot to say, and that is the important thing. I think is how much
it was a
how much
fantastic,
attention there is there.
fantastic
Right, we're
songwriter.
going to have to
That's
move on to
fantastic.
Nick. Can we move on to some poetry from you,
Sorry,
please?
George. Sorry.
Okay,
Okay.
Nick. Yeah.
I will read some forest poems. This is called Forest Paths. I came here not to find my way, but lose it. Between the bark branch borne fronds, crossing and recrossing dancing streams, leaping lightly into secret kingdoms, across boundaries of cool, clear water, ignoring the impetus of water to arrive in villages and towns downstream. Nor do I follow them back to uplands where wide, expansive views might betray my position and geography to me. If navigated carelessly, the woods stretch endless in their brown webs of tracks, worn by diverse feet, perhaps my own turning and intersecting to reveal secret rills and elven glades of green, held gently within timeless summer days, remembering I came here not to find my way forward, but to lose it. And this is there's a tree in there's still a birch actually in Kelsey Park where the trunks kind of split open and even the branches as well are kind of all split open so you can they'll sort of see the inside of all of them. It's very strange. Don't know why. But this is St. Bartholomew's birch. The tree has taken years to open itself, branches and trunk curled back like flayed skin, exposing its marrow-sucked soul to the air. And still it plans to return next spring as though nothing extraordinary had occurred. Just a choice to live that way, to wear beetles on the outside, pump sap through the carved open curve, and let sunlight warm the core wood, as if nothing unusual had been revealed but love. And this is Forest Gods. Their living altars measure seasons. They creak beneath the weight of years, sepulchres to storm gods and rain gods, gilding autumn on carved roof beams. Each spirit reforms its sacred niche from mottled, ridged, infested bark as new wood forms within, in cycles of regrowth and resurrection. Ancient trees lay down their cares, shepherding light into unfurled glades that open hearts to fungal nymphs, their prayer books unlatched overnight to welcome the old gods home. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Lovely. Very nice. It's Peter now, isn't it?
Yep. I'll read a couple of poems by U.A. Fanthorpe.
Oh, yeah.
The Gardener at Christmas. He has done all that needs to be done. Rake, fork, spade, cleaned and oiled, idle indoors. Seeds, knotty with destiny, rattle inside their paper jackets. The travelling birds have left. Predictable locals mooch in the early dusk. Dreams of a future in apples, of 3 white lilies in flower, of a tree that could bear a man. He sits back and waits for it all to happen. And what the donkey saw. No room in the inn, of course, and not that much in the stable, what with the shepherds, Magi, Mary, Joseph, the heavenly host, Not to mention the baby using our manger as a cot. You couldn't have squeezed another cherub in for love nor money. Still, in spite of the overcrowding, I did my best to make them feel wanted. I could see the baby and I would be going places together. And men on allotments. As mute as monks, tidy as bachelors, they manicure their little plots of earth. Pop music from the council house estate counterpoints with the Sunday morning bells. But neither siren voice has power for these drab, solitary men who spend their time kneeling or fetching water soberly or walking softly down a row of beans. Like drill sergeants, they measure their recruits. The infant sprig receives the proper space the manly, full-grown cauliflower will need. And all through the line here, stem and leaf as well as root, obey the rule of string. Domesticated tilth aligns itself in sweet conformity, but head in air soars the unruly loveliness of beans. They visit places of the earth when tenderly with fork and hand they grope to lift potatoes, and the round flushed globes tumble like pearls out of the moving sun. They share strange intuition, know how much patience and energy and sense of poise it takes to be an onion, and they share the subtle benediction of the beans. They see the casual holiness that spreads among obedient furrows. Cabbages unfurl their veined and rounded fans in joy, and buds of sprouts rejoice along their stalks. The ferny-topped carrots, stout red stems of beetroot, zany sunflowers with blonde hair and bloodshot faces shine like seraphim under the long, flat fingers of the beans.
Well, that's some description of an allotment. Yeah.
You were there somewhere, George.
I was there somewhere, yeah, getting all muddy and frustrated. Right, this is a poem by a lady called Gail Lawler, and it's called Gown of Needles. In the hush before visitors, I unzip the tree from its net. Needles flick like green pins, perfumed with frost and forest tales. It stands, stiff-limbed and proud, shoulders braced against the long, dark nights. Here is my mother, hung in memory, passing me a plush angel to perch at the top. She says, hush, hush now, listen for old carols in the boughs. I whisper the lines, half lost in cinnamon dreams and stories of reindeer that slip through slanted moonlight. Golden baubles catch my reflection in miniature, a child's wide eyes, a quickening of breath. Outside, the sky is a black lace veil studded with flickering spark. Inside, the tree claims its own space, cloaked in glitter, wearing winter's hush like a crown. Later, after all the gifts have unwrapped themselves into laughter, I sense the pine breathe in my quiet home, small comforts alive with a slow green pulse. January will come, gather up the hours, but for now, each needle is a promise, each branch a lullaby of light. I think that's rather nice, that one. I'm going to read a couple of my old poems. Hope you've forgotten them so they sound fresh, which they won't. The Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier has ice in his heart. He will do whatever is told. He's not complete. He's just a part of the machine to take and to hold. The Winter Soldier will aim his rifle at whatever stands in his way. Opposing voices he will stifle. Only his orders have any sway. The Winter Soldier has no guilt, no sense of right or wrong, no concern for any blood that's spilt or of being where he doesn't belong. The Winter Soldier aims the rocket that splinters families' homes. He holds many lives in his pockets, unconcerned by the burning bones. The Winter Soldier isn't called to account. He's only doing as he's been told, and all his dark deeds he will discount as being daring, brave, and bold. The winter soldier feels no fright, but there'll be visits in the years ahead. Ghosts will point fingers in the night when he will meet the many dead. This one is a bit gentler. Ode to Greta Wood. The rill trickles gentle down the hill through the brown leaves of many yesterdays, over the shininess of round stones, to coalesce with small cousins to make a stream, hurriedly feed in the river. Here the Greta tumbles and roars in spumy tones of snow and silver, unruly cascades and eddies, given strength and confidence by recent rains to make an irresistible winter force. The path rises with worn red bricks underfoot, the last remains of a path where potters once loaded their clay onto donkey carts. As the slope rises, many roofs of beech, oak, and elms insinuate themselves to the surface like tangled snakes, negating any further attempts at path making. In contradiction of cold wind and winter stripped trees, bright green moss and ferns lend a tropical air, at least in one's mind and sight. At the apex, out of breath, there's a gate to a field where curious bullocks breathe their own steamy breath, sounding low, soulful bellows, looking with brown, doleful eyes, as if knowing the fate that awaits them. Another slope appears, past a pebbled bend, where trees thin out to reveal the pale light of a winter sunset, with low clouds of rich purple and cream, and sufficient light to line the metalled lane with gold in the field to the left. Herdwick's sheep contentiously graze, and a cock pheasant with a vicar's dog collar struts his stuff. This walk was worthwhile, and I know peace. That one, and that'll do. All right, well, that's it then, folks. Right.
Can I read one extra?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Another Fleur Adcock,
Right.
and it's called The Other Christmas Poem.
Mhm.
Or you might prefer to read about the Christmas when, after all the hosting and feasting, we finally got the kids off to bed, and the rest of us, the grown-ups, if that's an accurate designation, opened up another case of wine and put on some Rolling Stones records. I think it was Ruth, a friend of a friend, who found the room a bit overheated and made the decision to take her top off. Something, it seems, she was given to doing at the slightest provocation. Her husband greeted this with tolerance, and before too long had removed his shirt. Several other people shed theirs. One of the women undid her dress with a vaguely absent-minded air. The dancing hotted up. Ruth took off her bra. Someone stepped casually out of his trousers. You can see the way this is going. By the time Alex tiptoed upstairs for more wine from the stash in his study, the children, thank God, were sleeping soundly. He was the only adult in the house wearing so much as his underpants. Ah, what a memorable party. We'd reminisce on the years that followed, thinking of the camaraderie and of how our necks had been stiff with the strain of never glancing below the waist.
Ah, ruthless and braless.
George, can I just read another poem? It's not mine. It's something I found.
Yes, lovely. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
sure.
As some people will be familiar with the lyrics. The screen door slams, Mary's dress sways. Like a vision, she dances across the porch as the radio plays. Roy Orbison singing for the lonely, hey, that's me and I want you only. Don't turn me home again, I just can't face myself alone again. Don't run back inside, darling, you just know what I'm here for. So you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we ain't that young anymore. Show a little faith, there's magic in the night. You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're all right. And that's all right with me. You can hide neath the covers and study your pain. Make crosses from your lovers, throw roses in the rain. Waste your summer praying in vain for a savior to rise from these streets. Well, I'm no hero, that's understood. All the redemption I can offer, girl, is beneath this dirty hood. With a chance to make it good somehow. Hey, what else can we do now? Except roll down the window and let the wind blow back your hair. Well, the night's busting open, these 2 lanes will take us anywhere. We've got one last chance to make it real, to trade in these wings on some wheels, climbing back, heaven's waiting down on the tracks. Yeah, maybe it doesn't work so well without the music.
Who wrote
Oh,
that?
good though. That was a load of BS.
Did you write that, Steve?
The first song on Springsteen's Born to Run, which is 50 years old this year.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Right.
I think it worked well as a poem. It does work better with the music, but
Yeah.
you know
Mm.
what doesn't work better with the right music. Almost, you know.
I thought it works well
You
as a
put a
poem
nice
as well.
you put a nice classic track behind Adelstrop and it'll sound better.
Thanks for that, Steve. It's
Yeah.
lovely. I'm gonna do a Mohammed. I'm gonna sing you a little song too.
Hey!
Yay, hooray.
Right, it's the one I always sing this time of year anyway. Last night I had the strangest dream I'd ever dreamed before. I dreamt the whole wide world agreed to put an end to war. I dreamt I saw a mighty room, and it was filled with men, and the paper they were signing said they'd never fight again. And when the paper had been signed and 1,000,000 copies made, they all knelt down upon their knees and grateful prayers were prayed. And the people in the streets below were dancing round and round, and swords and guns and uniforms were scattered on the ground. Last night I had the strangest dream I'd ever dreamed before. I dreamt the whole wide world agreed to put an end to war. There you go.